welcome to Bowties Sometimes Cool with myself, Ashley, and Ed. Good evening, Ed.
Good evening, Ash. How are you this evening?
Very good, thank you, Ed. And I'm not going to say I'm tired. I am. Yes, very good. And this evening we are going to be talking about I think that probably has to be one of the most recognisable pieces of music. But if you haven't seen it for some reason, yeah, it's Jaws.
Slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chump some of this shit. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Son of a bitch!
1975 classic. Before I was born, actually. Before I was born. No, what about you, young Edward? Were you born then?
I was three.
Three. Well, there we are, you see. You should have seen it. You're doing watching Doctor Who at three. So, this was one of the first films I remember where actually, we were talking about the music there, where I've kind of realised in film that music was important. I think I'd watched loads of sort of action films up until when I was a kid, and the action films. I mean, the music just sort of goes along with what's on the screen. Really, just emphasises what's there quite often. But with Jaws, the music was sort of really playing with your mind for the first time. Well, not the first time. I mean, obviously in film, but first time for me. Yeah, it was the first time I was conscious of the fact that right, this is telling me to be on the edge of my seat, so it's going to happen. So you've watched Ed in preparation.
Yeah.
Guess what? I haven't. I remember it. I remember it. So as it's fresh in your mind, Ed, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts.
So I did my revision, watched it yesterday. Seen it several times over the years, 6 or 7 times over the years, because it is one of those films that you just have to see. It's sort of, as you said, it's a classic. It's like the original Superman, the original Star Wars, Blade Runner, Alien, Jaws. They're all of the same, talked about in hushed tones as classics of their genre. And you were saying then about music, it's almost in this one, in a similar way to the way Hitchcock used music in Psycho. The music is also almost a character in its own right. It's synonymous with the film as the shark is, as you can't have the shark without the music in Jaws.
Michael's in the pond.
Hey, fellas! Fellas! All in this sheet! Make it fast! Hey, you guys. You guys okay over there?
Yeah, I get where you come from. Yeah, because I suppose really, once that music starts, whether you see the shark or not, you're starting to visualize the shark in your head. You know that there's something going to happen, and the visuals on the screen are almost secondary because it's giving you that feeling straight away of doom. So yeah, no, I get that.
The nominees for the Best Achievement in Sound are...
And the winner is...
Oh, boy.
Robert L. Hoyt, Roger Heeman, Earl Mataray, and John Carter for George.
Classic one though, just in the sense of don't you just see it so much in life? It'll be fine. Don't worry. Keep the beach open. It'll be fine. Carry on. It's a big weekend. Let's everyone carry on.
This is a great white, Larry. A big one. And any shark expert in the world will tell you it's a killer. It's a man-eater.
Look, the situation is that apparently a great white shark has stake to claim in the waters off Amity Island. And he is going to continue to feed here as long as there is food in the water.
And there's no limit to what he's going to do. I mean, we've already had 3 incidents. 2 people killed inside of a week, and it's going to happen again. It happened before. The Jersey Beach.
1916, there were 5
people
killed
chewed up in the surf.
In 1 week.
Tell them about the swimmers.
A shark is attracted to the exact kind of splashing and activity that occurs whenever human beings go in swimming. You cannot avoid it.
For Christ's sake, tomorrow's the 4th of July, and we will be open for business. It's going to be one of the best summers we've ever had. Now, if you fellas are concerned about the beaches, you do whatever you have to make them safe. But those beaches will be open for this weekend.
It's quite frightening that parodying those attitudes almost 50 years ago. I've got so many parallels with the attitudes a lot of certain types of people had during the COVID pandemic. With we can't close businesses can't close because of COVID. Yeah, but people are dying. Yeah, but businesses can't close. We've got it's Easter, it's Christmas, and the same thing is like, no, yeah, well, 2 people have died, but yeah, we'll keep the beaches open because businesses need it. And it's like, well, what?
Yeah.
And even the attitudes of when they catch the shark that the sort of the redneck fishermen think is the shark, and Richard Dreyfuss's character Hooper, who is a marine biology expert, points out to them with the diameter of the mouth, the bite radius, that it can't be it. They're all sort of making fun of him. Look at him with his fancy saying bite radius. What the hell's that? Like they know better because they've caught the fish. They know better than an expert. So we shouldn't listen to experts because it's the good old salt the earth working class rednecks that know better.
I want to get a picture for the paper. Now, can we just have the guys?
Ben Gardner, get this?
No, we caught him. We got it. Come on, guys. Come on, please. I need a picture for the paper. We get the signs, please. Come on.
What kind of a shark is it? Gee, I don't know. I think it's a macaw.
Got a deep throat, Pratt.
Yeah, but what kind? What kind of shark?
It's a tiger shark.
A what? We can start breathing again. Then getting plenty of pictures for the papers.
You bet he is.
What is this bite radius crap?
That is a big mouth. Look at
All
it.
I'm going to stuff your friggin' head in there, man, and find out if it's a man-eater, all right?
Come on.
We're all on your dead for bringing in that nonsense.
It's not the shark.
All right, where you
What I am
from?
saying is that it may not be the shark. Martin, there are all kinds of sharks in the waters, Hammerheads, white tips, blues, makos. And the chances that these bozos got the exact shark...
now there's no other sharks like this in these waters.
It's 100 to 1. 100 to 1. Now, I'm not saying that this is not the shark. It probably is, Martin. It probably is. It's a man-eater. It's extremely rare for these waters. But the fact is that the bite radius on this animal is different than the wounds on the victim. I want to be sure. You want to be sure. We all want to be sure, okay? And what I want to do is very simple. The digestive system of this animal is very, very slow. Let's cut it open. Whatever it's eaten in the last 24 hours is bound to still be in there, and then we'll be sure.
Yeah, it's a bit like the ones down the. Well, I was going to say down the pub. Actually, you wouldn't be down the pub during COVID. Probably people on social media who definitely knew better than Chris Whitty. Yeah, no, it's it's. I was going to say funny. Funny's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Scary.
It's funny in the sense of human nature and how funny we are as a species. Actually, you mentioning that, I do remember that scene where they're like, "Yes, they've caught it, they've done it," and everyone's like, "Well, everyone else is like, yeah, great," and they're like, "No, I'm not sure," but they don't want to believe it, do they? Really, even
No, it's more important to keep the beaches open and keep the money rolling.
That's it. It's all about the dollar. All about the dollar.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I mean, the main characters I alluded to, like Richard Dreyfuss playing Hooper there, and you've got Roy Scheider as Chief Brody, the police chief, and then we've got Robert Shaw in a brilliant turn as Quint, the seasoned, grizzled fisherman who basically knows better than all the idiot fishermen going out to catch the shark at the beginning.
You all know me. Know how I earn a living. I'll catch this bird for you, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's bad fish. Not like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommycats. This shark, swallow you whole. Shaking, tenderizing, down you go. And we gotta do it quick. That'll bring back the tourists. That'll put all your businesses on a paying basis. But it's not gonna be pleasant. I value my neck a lot more than $3,000, Chief. I'll find him for 3, but I'll catch him and kill him for 10.
You know, he says he'll catch it for $10,000. If they'd have listened to him to begin with, they'd have had it sorted and had the beaches open. But the almighty dollar rules again. But as far as a piece of cinema, the way it builds up the tension, I alluding back to Hitchcock as the master of tension. This one, it's a similar sort of build-up. The first hour, you've got the original shark attack with the young couple in the water where the girl gets killed, and then first of all the coroner says, yeah, it's a shark attack. Then the mayor makes him change it to a boat propeller, and then you've got the little lad that gets killed, and so the tension goes down, then it goes up again, and then you've got maybe half an hour, 40 minutes of not a lot happening, just a lot of talking. The fisherman going out and getting the shark that isn't the shark, but it's a lot of build up until they prove it isn't the shark, and then they all go out in the boat with Quint, and there's sort of 3 men in a boat on the sea for 55 minutes, and it's 3 really, really strong, well-written characters. You know from watching it what role each of them sort of fulfills. So I mean, in real world, Hooper and Quint would have nothing to do with each other, but Brody is the sort of gel between them. He's sort of the link. He gets on with the working class fisherman and also the highfalutin scientist as well. So you've got it wouldn't work with 2 of them, but you've got that really strong trinity of characters there. And you've got almost the downtime minutes where they're drunk playing cards and just basically sitting on a boat fishing, which is, you'd think it'd be boring, but it's not, because you just know somewhere that shark is going to be somewhere around. And you know it's coming.
You seem to get very strong performances and naturalistic performances from your actors. What's your technique?
I don't know if it's so much of a technique. I asked the actor to, for the most part, to give me too much, so I can then take it down to a level that I feel is believable. I don't like casting actors who are low-key people. I like people with energy. So in the initial casting, I think that half of what a director does is cast his picture well, and the other half is the control of the people within that. But I think half of the secret, when you do see a good picture and you like the people, it's in the casting. I like people who are outspoken and who are very large, so I can bring them down to life level.
From what we civilians hear about actors, Mr. Shaw, it seems that it would go against their temperament to have to sit around and wait all day for a 30-second
Sure.
shot. And how do you psych yourself up for this kind of regimen every day?
Scotch, vodka, gin, whatever. No, we all have different methods. I do tend to drink when totally bored. Roy does exercises, Roy Scheider, and sunbathes. Scheider does that, and Dreyfus talks. Dreyfus just talks interminably.
You're stoic, so you just sit around and wait to be taken.
Well, we go out there. There's just the 3 of us, Scheider, Dreyfus, me, and the shark. And we've heard everybody's life story about 15 times now, their sex lives, what their mother did, what their father did. I think I know every detail of those 2 men's lives, and it has been, to some extent, very boring.
So, well, Ed, that was Jaws.
That was Jaws.
I was going to say on that bombshell, but it doesn't feel appropriate, really. I mean,
on that compressed air canister explosion.
That's the one. We'll go with that. Good night from me, and good night from Ed.
Good night.
Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I wanna go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's got right to my head. Wherever I may roam, by land or sea or foam, you will always hear me singing this song. Show me the way to go home. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I wanna go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago and it got right to my head. Wherever I may roam, on land or sea or foam, you can always hear me singing.
Start the engine.